Welcome to the Keep the Faith podcast. I'm your host, Bree. Can you guys hear me? Let me know if you can hear me because I'm at the house. Toya, can you hear me on your end?
I can hear you well.
Okay, great. All right. So listen, it's a little delayed, but not denied. Let me tell you something. Let me tell y'all something. The devil is mad before Toya even opened her mouth. When I tell you the sound would not come out today, let me tell you
It will
something. The
not.
devil want Toya to be quiet. So listen, I said, listen, the show gonna go on because we gonna get this word out. She about to break some people free. Gotta be. Because for this the system to act up like this, yeah,
It cut up.
it gotta be. You about to be break somebody free. So let me just say this.
It was cutting up.
Listen, you are no stranger to the Keep the Faith podcast. You have been on the Keep the Faith podcast before. So just in case those may have missed the Keep the Faith podcast and they didn't get a chance to get to know you from before, please tell everyone who you are and tell us a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Well, I'm just a good old country girl from Timminsville. My name is LaToya Youngblood. A lot of people call me Toy or Toya. I do hair at Internal Reflections Hair Studio in Darlington. I attend Strong Tower Christian Ministry. I'm a mother of four. I'm a grandmother. I'm a survivor. I'm a friend. I'm a sister. I'm not perfect. I'm flawed. So I am the average person, but just with a lot of transparency. Yeah, that's me.
Okay. Now, listen. We actually, like I said, and I'm looking at. Let me look at the comments first. Miss Chanela, what's up, Chanel? She says hello. And Vic, they're talking about y'all
Hello.
should have had a sign language person on stand. Listen, Vic, you know how technical things happen. So it's a little delay, but we're not denied. Like I said, the devil is mad. So Toy got a word for us. So the title of this topic, the title of this segment is going to be called "When the Weight Has Been Lifted, Becoming Free." So Toya, I'm gonna give you the mic and let you speak your piece. And like while you're talking, I may ask you some questions here and there, but speak what God gave you. Because like I said, people don't want to hit, like I said, it's a little delayed, but we're not denied. But we're gonna get this word out
Right,
because people waiting on this
right,
word.
right. I mean, first, I just want to start with sometimes people think because you have become saved, that you're a part of ministry. For one, they think that you are incapable of messing up, and they think that you don't go through things, and then when you do go through things, they expect you to be okay all the time. And so when I walked in the studio tonight, and you and then Jamel was like, "You look taller." No, and I was like, "No, I'm just free." Because when you're not free, you feel way down. You don't hold your head up. So I have a reason to hold my head up now. Um, I've been through things for a long time, but um, I can't tell new testimonies of who God is if I don't talk about the things that I've gone through recent. You know, and so I'm open to any questions, anything, because that's how transparent I am. And no, everybody won't understand and everybody won't get it. And I'm not for everybody. But if I can help, and if my testimony helps, and if my stories help, then I'm here for it.
Okay. Now we're gonna start out because actually we had a series of titles, and I'm
Yeah.
gonna go back to my text messages. You told me to ask you all of them,
Yeah, sure.
and you was gonna go through it. So this is what we're gonna do. Let me go back through the text messages that we had because we had like a series of titles. I could not come up with one set title, but basically what does the title itself means when the weight have been lifted, and talk about the process of becoming free. Talk about that process, and then I'm gonna ask you some more deeper questions.
Okay, so a lot of people don't know my story. Some do know the story or whatever, but becoming free has more so to do with me. For me, was self. Um, I've lost a husband. I gained another husband and lost that to divorce. Things changed in my life. So I had to become free from me because I put a lot of stress on myself. Pride. I didn't want to ask for help. I didn't want people to know that I was going through. Um, I would continually smile, but it wasn't genuine. It wasn't for real because I wasn't free. And when you have a freedom, you have peace, and there's nothing that can distract that. There's no person can distract that. And but it takes time, and you also have to have people around you that's going to say, hey sis, you falling off or you messed up, but they're not going to beat you down in it. You did that, now get back up and let's move on. And I can honestly say that's what I have in my corner. I really have that. But sometimes we don't even want to hear that, and sometimes God won't even allow them to say those things because we need to hear from him. In my case, I needed to hear from him. There was nothing that any individual could have said to me that was going to make me change what I was doing. Nothing. Because my
And you
mind was
said,
made up. Yeah.
and you talked about you falling, and that was one of the topics that we had was I fell, but I got up. You may
Right.
stumble or you even fall, but you better get up. So of course you
Yeah.
stumbled. What gave you the courage
Right.
to get back up?
um I'm going to say I always have to say that I don't like to lose. I don't like to lose. I played sports all my life. I just don't like to lose, and um, I'll never quit something. So when I gave God a yes, that didn't mean that everything was gonna be okay, and it wasn't. Everything wasn't gonna go my way. He wrote it in my story. He knew when I was gonna fall, how I was gonna fall, how long it was gonna take or whatever. But my courage was that again I had somebody was praying for me. And I literally have to say that because this go around, Tori, I really did not want to come back. I didn't want to come back because I felt like it was too much. I felt like it was too much. But again, I was in my emotions, and that's not how God operates. He don't operate off of our emotions. So I had to sit back and say, hey, are you going to get back on the train? And I remember we did a monologue before, and I remember telling some people that I survived for them. So what happened to those people when I quit? When I don't get back up? The people that are watching me that I know, and the people that are watching me that I don't know. What happens to them when they say, well, she went through it, she survived or whatever. But what happens when they say, oh, she fell down, she ain't never came back? So what am I
Yeah,
supposed to do? I'm still accountable. There's still blood on my hands at the end of the day. So, and then on top of that, I have my own kids. We love to say in the black household, do as I say and not as I do. That's not right. That's not right. It has led a lot of us astray. You have to do as I say, do as I do. And that's what kids do. They do as they see. So I had to get back up. I can't talk about having strength and having faith, and I lay down in my pity.
absolutely. Because there's so many people that is connected to your yes. And one of the other topics that we had was I refuse to be defined by my past.
Listen, now that one, because it was, Tori, we get to teaching all the time. People love to talk about what you did when you were out there, but they never tell the part when they were with you. Like, you was with me when I was doing it. So that goes to show that you were with me just so that you can have an account, so that you can bring it back up. But my past is forgiven. The moment I ask God, I repent, and he takes it away. If you want to live there, then you live in my past. There's a lot of things that I've done, a lot of things that I've said, and a lot of things that's known and unknown, but I can't live there. My dad told me years ago, he told me, because I used to just buy my kids everything they asked for. And he said, stop making them, stop allowing them to make you pay for what you couldn't do before. And so when people live in your past, I think when we step back or we are ashamed of it, people try to make us pay for who we were. But God wouldn't have chose us, or He wouldn't have used us if I didn't have a past. I don't want to talk to a perfect person. I want to talk to people who experience things that you went through, something you can tell me about. So you can talk about my past all you want to, but the thing with me is, come and talk to me. You can't tell it like me. I was there. I did it. So you telling off of what you think you know. I was there. It's okay to ask, but just be prepared for the response.
And that's one thing I can say about you. You're very transparent. You're very open and honest. And I always tease you all the time. I say, you remind me of Leandria. Oh, y'all gonna keep it real. Y'all gonna give it to us with no chaser for real.
That's the only way I know how to be, because when I was growing up, I actually was shy. I was bullied for a little bit, but I even went back to those people when I got of age, and it's something switched. I went back to those people to let them know, hey, this is not the same girl. You know, you can't just write on my stuff. You just can't, push me any kind of way and not expect, a response. And even I've grown from that, because I mean, I was a fighter, Tori. You know, it was the answer for me, because um I don't like disrespect. I just don't. But even in that, you have to grow, because you can't fight everybody, and I
Right.
can't I can't defend everything that somebody says. Not everybody's gonna be happy.
Right.
You saw that for yourself. Somebody was out there praying. They did not want me to speak tonight.
They did not want you to speak, but guess what? We speaking on it. And one of the other, because it's a little late tonight, so I'm not gonna hold people too long tonight, probably 30, 45 minutes at the most. But I want to go through these topics because, like I said, it was a little delay, but not denied. Now,
Right.
one of the other topics that came to mind, and these were actually topics that
Mm-hmm.
just kept coming to my mind when centering it around you. Like, I've seen your growth when I first came to Strong Tower, and even now, I've seen the growth in you. And
Right.
one of the other topics was leaders. It's important to have leaders, family, and friends who truly love you because they correct you out of love.
Out of
Speak on
love.
that.
First of all, a lot of people don't have the correct definition of love, because people feel when you don't like me, or you're not giving me something, or you're not showing up to an event, or you didn't call me today, or I was going through this and I didn't hear from you. They determine love like that, so they have conditions. The people that are around me, love says, you were dead wrong and you need to apologize. The love around me says, I understand that you went through that, but what has it taught you? You can't stay there. Love has also said, now I'm not about to even address what you did, because you knew, you know. And to speak on my leaders, which is Prophetess Angela and Pastor Kelsey Goodson, um, they are more like my parents. And they tell me constantly, they have told me from day one, you don't have to defend us. We don't chase lies or whatever. But because I know their love for me, I can't among me and say anything about them. It's just not gonna fly. And I've also been taught that whatever you have to say, we're gonna bring all parties together. Not everybody repeat what was said. That's how you stop mess. My friends, I have friends of 2 years, I have friends of 5 years, and then I have my best friend of 20 plus years. And we have had some knockdown dragouts about the truth and about who we are. who we are. But love was never lost. I don't understand how you say you're my friend, and the moment you don't like what I'm saying, you no longer love me. So people all a lot of times think love consistent in relationship, male, female, that type of thing. But I mean, that comes and goes. Of course, you want that as well. But if you don't love yourself, if I can't love my sister, if I can't even love my enemy, why am I looking for that? You know what I'm saying? Like, what? Why am I looking for that? So I had to learn to love myself. I struggled, Tori, for a long time with insecurity, with me. So, when it comes to love, and I'm big on love, I have been hurt. I'm talking about not just by male. It seems that I can get over that quicker than I can love from people that friends or parents, that type of thing. Um, because when I say I love you and when I say I'm your friend, I got your back, I mean that. I mean like get up in my car 3 a.m. and I'm coming type of thing because I mean that. But I've had people say that and that's not what they meant. If they couldn't get anything, it wasn't love.
Absolutely. And then we also want to touch bases on the importance of love, loyalty, and authenticity. Authenticity. I might be mispronouncing authenticity in friendships.
Authenticity.
Yeah, in friendships.
Listen, listen. I remember a couple years ago they was having this saying no new friends, right? Um, I don't like it. And I'm gonna be honest because some of the people, old friends that we have, mean us no good. Some of the old friends that we have are not going where we're going, and we keep bringing them along and wondering why we keep getting stuck. We keep wondering why we can't advance. Loyalty, people have that word mixed up. Um, my loyalty is be honest. I don't like a liar and I don't like a thief. So if you can't even be honest, then you can't be loyal. How hard is it for you to say the simplest things? What you said hurt my feelings. You know, how you answered me. I was offended. So there's two things we need to check. We got to check why are you offended by everything, and then we need to check how did I say it to you? Was it the manner that I said? So that's something that I've worked on. Tori, is how I say things to people because everybody can't I'm direct, straight on, but there's some people that I just can't do that with. So
Right.
I just think those things intertwine. Like you can't say, "Oh, I'm authentic," but you ain't loyal. Oh, I'm
Right.
real. No, you're not. You're a liar. So if
Right.
you a liar, and the Bible says that the devil is the father of lies, then you can't be my sister because he's not my daddy.
Absolutely.
You can't be my brother because he's not my daddy. Like that's the relationship that I have with all the people around me. I don't have to have a whole crew to go and address somebody. If Tori, if you do something to me, I'm not going to do it while we're among people or whatever. But I will text you and say, "Hey, Tori, you got a minute? Can we talk?" I'm not going to text you about an issue. And the reason I say that is because when we text, we read how we're feeling at the moment. We take on. So even if I said, "Well, give me a minute," you gonna take it as, "Oh, she trying to be smart. Like, give her a minute. Like, what's she about to do?" And that's not even the case. It's like literally, give me a minute. So I
Right.
want to talk to you,
Right.
And then if you're with certain people, myself now, I can sit and talk with somebody if I have an issue with.
Right.
Toya before, there needed to be a witness there because my hands gonna move. Their hands, it turns into something else. But at the end of the day, sometimes when you even after you've had these sit downs, you've had these conversations, you just have to realize that it's not going anywhere. And I
Right.
don't hate you. I'm not mad. Any of that. It's just that this time for us is up.
Right. Well, let me go back. Let me go back to something you just said. You said that this time around, because we was talking about when you fail.
Hmm.
This time around, what made you not want to come back? That's what I'm trying to understand. Because, like I tell
The
you, like,
truth,
yeah, the truth. Be real. What made
the
you not
truth
want to come
was
back?
I was enjoying sin.
Wow.
I was
That's
enjoying sin because and there is no beating around the bush about it. I was enjoying it, and I thought I was missing out because I had the same routine, but not knowing that that routine was God's safety for me because because of my history, because of my past, I can't go back into that. And I was pulled. I'm talking about waist deep, not knee deep, waist deep. But one thing that I was not going to do was stop coming to church. I wasn't going to stop hearing the word, even though the word was beating me up. I was never going to stop. But this time around, I used every excuse. I used, oh, my routine, all I do is work, kids, church. I use that. Then I use, oh, when my husband died, I didn't get a chance to explore. I use all of that. I use, oh, well, this person hurt me, and so I got to get over there, I got to get them out my system, type of thing. I use all of those things to enjoy sin, and I was killing myself. Like, it was literally suicide, and not by a gun, drugs or anything, that but it was the very thing that God snatched me out of. I went back to, and I had no emotion, I had no connection with it. Like, literally, I knew that it wasn't right, but I wanted it. You know how you want something so bad, but you don't need it.
right.
That's how I was. That's exactly how I was. And to be honest, I wasn't fully um reconnected until we had the bloodline breaker curse. The
That
bloodline
conference broke you,
Yeah,
really set you free.
it really did. Because there a couple years ago, me and my sister Valinda had an experience, and we went to this ministry. We had an experience, and we were the only two of our age group. But there was something there that night that it triggered something in us to just, we was able to cut off everything, stop doing everything, just live for God. And I had been searching for that again because I got away from it. It was routine. Going to praise and worship rehearsal, singing was routine for me. I go home, yeah, I was reading my Bible app or whatever, but it was routine. It was routine. I wasn't getting anything. And so God is not going to battle. The Holy Spirit is not going to battle to have a position. I had to choose, you know. And I can't say that even because I'm back now doesn't mean that I'm still not going to have consequences for what I did when I was out there, because um I shipwrecked some people because I went back, you know. And the only thing I can do is repent and ask God to cover them, um, and keep them so that they can make it back. Yep.
Right. And sometimes you have to realize, and I get what you're saying, you should wreck some people, but you pray for them, but
Hmm.
don't beat yourself up too bad about it.
Right. Right.
Because at the end of the day, there are some people that have to want it for themselves as well.
Right. You're
So you
right.
can pray for them, but like I said, don't beat yourself up too bad about it.
Right.
Just keep yourself covered. But because I feel like I felt what you just said when I was I done some stuff too. We
Yeah,
all have.
man.
And you feel
Listen.
like, oh my God, I'm dragging some people with me. But now that you're back, you also gonna learn. You're gonna lose some people. I'm pretty sure you already have lost
Listen.
some people
It,
as
it
well.
was quick, but let me tell you something. Sorry, they was going quick, but it was good for me because Some of them I still wanted a piece of. You get what I'm saying? I
Yeah.
still wanted some kind of connection. But and literally when I said, "Oh no, I have got to get back in the grace of God. I've got to get back in God's face," they removed themselves. But
Wow.
it just goes to show that um the enemy has his agents. They didn't want me, but they wanted me out of God's will. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because like we said before, nobody has to believe, but I know the enemy don't like me. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Prophetess laughed about this a couple weeks ago, or whatever. The enemy didn't even want me on his team, and I was volunteering to be on his team.
Right.
But the reason when he knows who truly has a relationship with God, and I have too much word, I have too much faith. You know, he don't want me on his team because the enemy can't trust me. You get what I'm saying?
Right.
You know how it's some people that God just be like, I can't trust you with that right now. The
Right.
enemy not gonna trust me because of my love for God. So at any moment, the enemy knows she ain't coming. She not gonna show up for me, and I'm not. I don't want to be on his team. He didn't even want me on his team, even when I was
Right.
volunteering.
Wow. That's powerful. Now, let me go through some of the comments. Sharon was saying hello to us.
Mm-hmm.
Miss Tina was saying, Lord Jesus. Miss Deborah says, hey ladies. And Miss Tina Vines had the target. And then Sharon says, speak, Miss Ma'am. She'll tell you to speak. And Tina says, they're not your friend. And Tanya saying right. And then Miss Tina was saying right. And then let me see. I'm make sure. Now, y'all, if I missed some comments, please forgive me. And then Miss Tina was saying, be honest, period.
Right.
Miss Tanya says, Amen. Jamel was saying true. Miss Tina says, girl, I love you. You know how Miss Tina feel about you. And Miss Tina says too much. And Keitra says, hello, hello, Keitra.
Hey, Key.
And
But
so
those are people too. Like those are women too. Like I've known Tina all my life. I've known Key all my life. Tanya Vale, when she came in the ministry, she know we had our own little thing. We wasn't feeling each other type thing. you know. But that just goes to show these are the women that I know that pray for me,
yeah.
regardless of what was said or what done. I'm trying not to cry. Whatever. But I know they genuinely pray for me. You know what I'm saying? Because when you genuinely love somebody, whether they're doing good or bad, your love doesn't change. And so
Exactly.
those are women that I know for a fact. Key didn't say much, but she would send a little text and said, "We love you," which I know she's talking about her and Reggie. Tina just flat out said, get it together. And then I'm sorry, I'm crying, but Tanya, she would literally tell me stuff or whatever, but I know she was praying. But that just goes to show that it's not always the people that you think are going to carry you.
And
It's
I'm a crybaby. Now you got me crying.
because you have to, because literally in this season, I literally had to think about you worrying about who is not there. You're worrying about who's not praying for you. You worrying about who's not talking to you. You worrying about who doesn't like you. But what about all the people that are praying for you, that do love you, that do accept you? So that's where I am now. I can't make you fit in my bubble, you know? But
Yeah.
these people, these women, I know they fit. They fit. I'm not gonna question what their prayers. I'm pretty sure if I call them right now, nobody's gonna say, "Well, what you need me to pray for?" They're just gonna pray.
Yeah.
Those are the people you need around. If somebody's constantly asking you, "Well, what's going on? Well, what you want me to pray for?" That's nosy. You being nosy. You're not
Right.
trying to help me. You're trying to get my business, and then you trying to make a prayer, and it's either gonna damage something or it's going to do something else. And I don't want everybody praying for me because I don't know your relationship with the Lord. I don't even know if he know your name at
Right.
that point. You know what I'm saying? I don't know.
Right. Right. Absolutely. And that's the type of people that you need in your life. And I'm guilty that I used to work. I used to wonder, well, I'm showing up for this person. Why they're not showing up for me? And I get it.
Right.
That's real talk. Like
Yeah.
we worry about the wrong stuff.
The wrong. I promise you, we worry about the wrong stuff. And we have the saying, the KYMS, keep your mouth shut. But there comes a time when KYMS, when you're keeping your mouth shut, is at the wrong time. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, keeping your mouth shut shouldn't be when you see me abusing somebody, or you see me, just being flat out rude and mean. I'm saying I love God, but I'm evil to people. That's unnecessary. But KYMS is when you're lying on me. I know you're lying. I have facts, but I don't have to say anything because God's gonna fight for me. And I'm
Right.
still gonna pray for you.
Right.
I still love you. Even though you lied on me, even though you talk about me, I still love you. That's when KYMS goes into effect. And those are just things that I'm having to learn and to go through, and I'm grateful for it, because the old me couldn't last right now. God couldn't trust me with what he's about to bless me with if I was the old me.
Right. And ain't nothing gonna stop you now.
Right.
Nothing gonna stop you.
No, absolutely not. I literally just told my sister, and listen, y'all, I love my daddy. Listen, y'all, I love my daddy, and we had a rough relationship. But I just told my sister the other day, when my dad called, he called me out the blue, and I hadn't heard from him, for a while or whatever. And I looked at my phone, and I said, not today. And I text my sister, I said, I won't be distracted, not even by my parent. I would not be distracted. And then Pastor Todd on yesterday, when with Sam Ballard or whatever, I'm not coming down. I got work to do. I don't care what you got going. I'm not coming down to address anything. Come up here. Well, I can't. Well, then that mean you're supposed to be here.
Right.
I'm not going to, I'm not coming down. I'm not dressing. I'm not waiting around for anybody to feel that they need me in their life, or that they want to hear what I have to say. I'm not going to do it anymore.
Right. And I'm gonna go through some of the comments. Miss Tanya says absolutely. Miss Tina says make a prayer. Miss Tanya the poet says all folks don't pray, they pray prey.
Mm-hmm.
And Sharon says, okay, I say that a lot. I don't go on Facebook and ask people to pray for me. I can pray for
Nope.
myself. People will pray for your downfall. Absolutely. Now that the truth right there.
Right.
Tina says you don't have to chase a lie. And Tanya says fighting in the spirits.
Right. Absolutely.
Tammy says, hey, what up,
Hey,
Tam?
Tammy.
And Tammy said, that's that part. And Miss Tanya
Right.
says, oh no.
Yeah. And the fighting in the spirit part is really, really important, because
Yeah.
again, like I said, I've been a fighter. I've
Right.
been fighting all my life, like since a little girl. I
Hmm.
fight because of my skin color. I fought because of my voice. I fought because of my body. I fought because of titles won in high school. I fought because of baby daddies. I fought because of some of the craziest things. But this fighting in the spirit is totally different,
Right.
because this time, I mean, you want to fight, but I know my father, and he's not lost one. So this is that one time where I'm gonna run to my dad and be like, "So and so bothering me." You
Right.
know how you used to run to your parent, like, they bothering me.
Right.
They won't leave me alone. That's what
Right.
I'm doing, Daddy. I'm calling my daddy, because I
Right.
know my daddy gonna show up. I don't know
Yep.
about your daddy. I don't know what he do, but I know my daddy gonna show up.
Right.
And when he speaks, everything moves.
Right.
And I know one thing, he don't play about me.
Yep.
My dad don't play about me. So
Right. And Keisha says you are a true fighter.
thank you, Key.
That she is. And then there was something I saw a post like the week before last when the graduates did sonship, and there was a comment that you made because you was congratulating one of your best friends, Valinda.
Mm-hmm.
and you made a comment that I thought was so beautiful. I don't want to misquote you, but it was
I
something
know
to the
exactly what you're
line
talking
where
about.
the friendship,
Yeah,
something was like, and I tell people all the time, you have to know who to be patient with, who to detach from, but some friendships are worth fighting for.
they are. Because and Valinda can tell, she can tell you, me and Valinda done had some drag outs, honey. I'm telling you to the T. Like, well, this season may be up for us. Well, it's whatever. That type
Yeah.
of thing. We done that. Okay, well, don't I'm good. You good? I'm good. See you in church. Hey, how you doing? Go about my business. That type of thing. And then, but it never fails because I know if I call Valinda and Valinda is battling something, if I have not already overcome it, it's coming. It is
Right.
literally coming. It's literally like when I first met Belinda, I had just moved back from Texas. I didn't know her. She didn't know me. We were at a mutual friends event or whatever. And it wasn't until years later that she had expressed some things to me that people that said they loved me told her to retreat herself from me, you know, that type of thing. And I used to have this facade. I used to carry this thing of, oh, I don't care what people say. I don't care, whatever. But would come home, Tori, and cry my eyes out because I couldn't understand why they didn't like me. Why would they say that? That type of thing. But what I love so much about Valinda is the fact that you're not gonna sway her to change her mind about people. She'll figure it out on her own. And that's one of the my forever friends. That's one of my forever friends. She ain't going nowhere. I'm gonna show up for her each time. I know she's gonna show up for me. We done cried together. We done snot together. Like we was just laughing last week when my husband passed in 2019. The way Valinda ran out crying, we was trying to figure out who was married to him because the way she was, her emotion. But I mean, we laugh about it. But she's gonna show up for me, and um, there is things that I needed to learn from her, and there was things that she needed to learn from me. And we hear all the time, if you're the smartest person in your group, you need a new group. I'm grateful for the group that I have. I have a lot of good women that's friends from years, and we're always, balancing each other, learning something new, So I'm grateful. Back to the women that we were talking about earlier, like Tanya Bell did something for me a couple months ago. Let me tell you something. Ain't no way. There is no way you can't tell me she ain't got the love of God. There is no way. And I tell y'all about it after God finished doing what he doing. We'll tell y'all about it. But when God finished doing what he doing, I'm gonna let y'all know because there is no way. There is no way. She's done something for me that not even blood relatives have done.
Wow.
And it was without hesitation. I was giving her a testimony about something, and her words were, "Well, this is what I'm gonna do."
And I believe it.
Yeah. So those are the people that I want around me. Not to
Absolutely.
get anything, but I know they're genuine.
Yeah. You need those genuine
Yeah.
people. And let me say, listen. And Tanya says we gonna tell it. Look, say we gonna tell it. And let me just say this publicly. Like when you had your whatever you had going on,
Hmm.
I missed you from the choir.
Oh wow.
And I was thinking to myself, and I would text you here and there, and I was praying for you as well. I was like, listen, I need Toya to get together, cause I'm one of those people. I'm one of those people that your yes I'm connected to your yes.
Right.
I'm connected to your obedience.
Yeah.
So when you stumble, some of us be looking like I
I,
said, but I said she gonna bounce back, and when she bounce back, oh, she coming back heavy.
and even in that tour, and this is, I know people, they have their leaders, whatever ministry you're a part of, you have your leaders. Re- this is something you need to know. Your leaders are not always perfect, But if they're following Christ, then you continue to follow them. That's why I am where I am and my leaders. So even in my mess, my leaders they came to me first as leaders, and then they came to me as my parents. So, you know, they didn't jump down my throat and say, "You doing X, Y, and Z. So and so said this." That's not what they said. They came and said, "Daughter, where do you think you are? You know, what's going on?" When I said out of my mouth, and prophets can be my witness, you can ask it. I said out of my mouth, I said, "I'm lukewarm. I ain't hot or cold." And she said, "Okay, then you know what you got to do." Absolutely, I'm gonna sit. And I went, me sitting. Listen. When I first got to the ministry, I sat down so much, Tori. I sat, you know what I'm saying, because I just couldn't get together. But sitting to me doesn't mean you don't love me. You know, sitting to me means that they acknowledge the fact that I'm not in line. That didn't mean for me that they don't love me, so now let me leave. You know, let me just go out here. No, I sit. I need to be fed. Something got in. There was a door that I opened, and something got in. And God is not going to fight. The Holy Spirit's not going to fight. So whatever got in took residency. You know, so I had to. You know, it became a squatter. I let a squatter in. You know,
Yeah.
so then now I got to go through the proper channels and the proper paperwork to remove a squatter. And
Yeah.
so and that's where it was. So I definitely know a lot of people had did come to me and it was like, "You got to get together, we miss you singing," that type of thing. And I knew then that the enemy was happy that I was out, because singing always saves me.
Yeah.
Even and when I'm home, if I feel like something isn't right, if I break out in song, the enemy is in trouble in here.
Right.
That
Absolutely.
the neighbors don't even report me, no nothing, because I go in here and I really do, and because I want my walls saturated with the glory, and I want, and even down to that, it had got to the point that I wouldn't even play my music, Tori. I wouldn't open my mouth and sing. I wouldn't listen to a sermon because I was so deep in it. I was so far gone that I couldn't find a way to worship. I couldn't open my mouth to, you know. And the moment I was singing these other songs and dancing to these other songs and playing these other songs, I mean blasting it, it was just like my spirit was so grieved. It was so grieved, but I overlooked it because I wanted what I wanted.
Yeah. And I'm telling you, listen, I'm rejoicing when I listen. What I told you, I said, listen. What I told you, I text you when you was back on that choir.
Yes,
Listen, this right here where you belong. I had missed you, man. I was like, man, Toya, get it together.
yeah, yeah.
And let me go through some of the comments. Dominique says hello. Hey, Dominique. And Keitra and Tina says, right. Tina says, tell me about it. And Keitra said, you said a mouthful. And Tina said, it was just killing Tina. It was killing me too. It was killing me too.
Listen.
Cause Toya, no, I love to hear everybody saying Toya, Tanya, Quita, and I love to hear D when he's saying it's gonna be big.
Big.
Let me tell you something, y'all. When I get to church, I like to get one thing I could say about Strong Tower. It's like an experience from the beginning to the end, even starting with the worship. I mean, everything from beginning to end is awesome. So if you ain't in the house, I mean, it's okay to watch online, but ain't nothing like being in the
Being
house.
in the house.
Woo!
Let me tell you
You
something.
feel his presence when you in the house.
I sing with some of the most amazing people. I wouldn't choose to sing with no other group, no other orchestra. I promise you I wouldn't, because I remember where we were when it was just rehearsals and we wanted to get in there and get out. But
Yeah.
now, you've been at sound check. Sound check turns into worship. It turns
Yeah.
into, and that's all because we started living the life that we were singing
Yeah.
about. It's different. Anybody can sing. It's plenty of people out here that I know can sing. I'm talking about can sing the walls down, sing the house down, but they're not living it.
Right.
So the words mean something different to me now when I sing. What's the song we sung last week? Sonship. I can't even think of it or whatever. It just means something to me. Like the song Tanya sung Sunday, let praises rise from the inside. You know,
Hmm.
fill my heart till all they see is you, Lord.
Right.
Glorify you. Like that means something totally different to me now. I don't care who's around me. I'm gonna lift my hands. I'm gonna worship Him because the words mean something to me now. You don't understand when I was empty, when I didn't have anything. Now, if he filling me up, like you don't understand that. I don't have to explain that to you. But if you want to sit and watch me worship, then hey, that's fine with me because I'm gonna get mine. He gonna hear me. I'm gonna make my joyful noise. I'm gonna cry. Y'all know I'll probably knuck and buck too. And that don't matter to me. And even in those times that I did cut loose, it was times when I was getting back. I was getting back. I hadn't felt that in a long time. And when it's truly the Holy Spirit, you can't sit down on it. You
Right.
can't sit down on it. Hey, do what you will. I'm not here to judge anybody, but I'm not one of those ones that I'm just gonna sit and pretend to dance and pretend to have that because when I give God His, I want it to be real.
Right. Absolutely. And I'm gonna go back through some of the comments. Tina says that praise team is fire.
Yes, they are, Tina.
Tanya says family for sure.
Absolutely,
Tammy to my
absolutely.
listen. And she said you better she also said you better say so.
I'm telling
And
you.
Tina said, oh my God, when you was talking about Tanya, she said, oh my God, she murdered that
He
song.
murdered that song, like literally, like, and it just meant so much. Like, I
Yeah.
listen, if y'all pay attention, for those that go to Strong Tower, if you pay attention, if we ever come up there and we ain't got no shoes on, if
We
we ever
already know.
take our shoes off, you go ahead and get yourself together. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? Because we about to forget y'all there. We
Right.
really don't care what's about to go on because we about to get ours. Yeah.
Right. And Tammy says he will make it uncomfortable so that you have to
You
move.
have to move. You
Prime
literally have to move.
example, prime example, what Tammy just said was tonight.
Yeah,
No
listen,
sound. He made it uncomfortable, so we had to move. We had to bring it to the house.
listen.
Listen. But
Listen.
guess what, Devil? You ain't stopped
You
nothing.
ain't stopped nothing.
Might have been a little delayed, but it wasn't denied.
It was right on time because somebody
What you
probably got off
talking
work
about?
late. Somebody probably got off work late. Somebody probably wanted to get settled. They probably was rushing. They listen, that whatever. But he will not close my mouth this time. I don't know what to tell him. He had his chance. You know what I'm saying? How you say, oh well, you had your chance. Sorry. That's what it is. Like, yeah,
And Charlene says, right on time.
right
Thank you,
on time.
Charlene. And Tina says, listen. I told Tina, I said, I said, I'm on the way to the house. And Tina said, do what you gotta do. I'm waiting.
That sounds like her too, whatever. But believe it or not, I told you when I got here, my stuff started acting crazy. My desktop didn't want to come up. It was like it was downloading something. I'm looking like I did all that the other day. My phone wouldn't let me bring up the link or whatever. My baby was sitting here. I was like, "Give me your laptop," and then she was like, "Mom, do you know your stuff to log in Facebook?" I was like, "Oh my god, I don't think I know it because we so used to the phones and hitting the app. I had no idea, but old devil, you's a liar.
Devil,
Mm-hmm.
the mama, and all the kids.
All of them, really, it really don't matter. Y'all can sit at the house and try to plot something else, but it ain't gonna work tonight. Not tonight. Mm-mm-mm.
And then Keisha says, yes. Tina says, I said, I don't know what Tori going to do, but she got to do something.
Got to do something. Yeah.
But we
So
made it happen. And
yeah.
like I said, I said, Toya, I said, for all this, we got to keep going. We got to go to the house. We got to do something. And
Listen.
then and then it's crazy, like you said, Toya. When I got home and I was logging into my systems, I was like, what's my password to Facebook? I didn't know my password. I said, "Oh my god!" I said, "Now see, this ain't right."
Yeah.
I had to
It's
sit
all
and
right though.
think because I never if I go into Facebook because there's one time I wouldn't log into Facebook from my phone, but now I log into my phone and I got to where to save my information,
Yeah.
so I ain't remember my stuff either.
Yeah. No, I sure did. But I did, and it went right in. I was like, well, bless the Lord. Like,
That's
bless
what's
the
up.
Lord.
And Keisha said it won't work. And Tamara
No.
says Deborah Wingate. Oh, she
No, she
tagging
tagged me.
Deborah and them. But
Yeah.
yeah, see, here's the thing. When that word need to be released, oh, God gonna make a way. Like I said, we had to come to the house, but listen, that word still got through.
Now
So
listen, they
people
know
gonna
how
be
my
free.
stomach was hurting. Shoot. Y'all know how
Listen,
my stomach be. I just, oh goodness. And
and here's the thing, because like I said, I don't want to take too much of your time because we started late. But what word would you like to? What final thoughts or what final words would you give to someone that may have fallen and may have felt like you did? They don't feel like I'm out here now, ain't no need to coming back because you are a prime example that no matter just how that song says, Jesus will pick you up even if he got to reach way down. So what do you say
listen,
to that one person, that two, whoever, that man, that woman, that boy, that girl that may have fallen and they don't feel like there's no reason for them to get up? They just want to live in the world because I mean, people don't understand. People leaving here left and right. It's if you don't know God, you better get to know Him.
listen.
So, what do you say to that person that's out there lost and they don't feel like they need to come back? They doing what they want to do. They
Now
doing
this
what
is
pleases their flesh, and
listen,
they
let me
don't
tell
want to
you
come back,
something.
and they don't feel like there's a need to come back.
Let me tell you something. This is me sounding the alarm. And I'm literally sounding the alarm. I'm gonna try to keep it together, y'all, and not cry again. If you have fallen, if you have, um, we say backslide, but if you have, mine wasn't backslide. It was like a home, trying to get in the home plate, but for the wrong team type thing. But if you have fallen, um, your life is valuable, and we're taught that if God has need of you, then you're still here. That doesn't discount anybody that has lost their lives, because death comes, and some people are ready, some people prematurely leave, but God still has need of you. The first thing we have to get rid of is pride. You're never gonna feel like that you're deserving of being back. And I'm telling you the process that I went through. I reached out to prophets and I said, this was the first Sunday I was supposed to come back and sing. And well, actually it was the second Sunday because the first Sunday Quita asked me to sing, and I said, Quita, put me on the next Sunday because I just didn't feel worthy to be back up there. I didn't feel worthy. And I called prophets and I said, I'm not, it's not that I'm doing anything. I said, but I just don't feel worthy. And she said, you're going to do it anyway. And so I'm telling you to get up anyway. Don't say, well, I'll get up, and when I get myself together. We can never get ourselves together on our own. We always need the Father. So just get up. You get up. And if you don't have people around you that's encouraging you to get up, then that's another reason to get up. Get up so you can see who's standing over you. See who is waiting for you to die in this thing. Get up. You have work to do. Like, there's certain places that I can't go and I can't speak to these people, but maybe you can. I just told Jamil that tonight, remember?
Yeah.
So get up, like, get up, get in a Bible-based church, get with people who are praying and not gossiping, get with people who can show you unconditional love when you still smell like the pig pen, because I truly know what the prodigal son felt like. I felt like I was entitled to something and I wanted to go out there, and then I wind up eating trash when I had a set table to eat at. Like, get up. It's not worth it. And for you to stay out there in your mess, in the sin, die, for them to stand over your casket and lie about the life you live, when that's not true. When I leave this earth, I want whoever is speaking over to me to be able to say, you know something, I know for a fact she lived for God. She wasn't perfect, but I know for a fact where she served, how she served. Don't let your living be in vain. Truly, don't let it be in vain. We sing all these songs. It's a part of tradition, but time is now to live this thing. Like, we don't have time to play. We COVID is one thing, but sin is totally different, and the only ending for sin is death. It is death. And when you repent wholeheartedly, we also learn that you don't do a 360, you do a 180. And you don't turn away from that thing and turn to something else. You turn from that and turn to God. You know, um, Ask God about everything. You ask God, what should you wear today? Who should do your hair? What should I eat? We think it's silly, but I heard a man of God preach this morning. What if what you didn't say thank you for today, you can't say thank you for tomorrow? You know what I'm saying? So if you got a chance to get back up, get back up. Get back up. Understand that it's the past. You did it. There is no going back to it. If people want to stay there, let them stay there. If they come to you and talk about you when you fail and what you did, you have the right to walk away. You don't have to take that in. You don't have to let them feed your spirit with that. But get up. Get up. And I'll say this, that I've survived for somebody. you know don't think that you are the only one. Don't think that you're the only teen mom. I know it's hard, but I'm telling you, I did it. Don't think that you're the only person who lost a spouse suddenly. I'm telling you, I lived it. Don't think you're the only person that's been through a divorce. I've been through it twice. You know what I'm saying? Don't think you're the only person whose teenage child had a child, you know, when you didn't want them to. I'm a grandmother. You know what I'm saying? Don't think that your son can't survive the community or the surroundings. My son is 21. He's a college graduate. He's doing these things. But we at one point, me and his father did not know what his ending would be. But somebody has to stay in prayer. So somebody's praying for you. And if nobody's praying for you, I'm going to pray for you. But get up. Do not let your story end like this. Don't let it be said that you waited too late. The song that I sing, that it means so much to me. And I didn't never heard this song before until somebody asked us to sing it. I pray we all be ready. Like, I truly pray we all be ready. These, even to the ones who are in church, you're in church, but you're not in church. You're there looking for the wrong thing. You're there because your grandmother went there, or your mom or your dad went there, or whatever. But are you being taught? Are you being fed? Can you apply what you hear to your life? Is the man and the woman of God living the life that they're teaching you about? You have to get up. There is need of you. There is need of you. Just like I knew that there was need of me. I'm needed. Um, a woman of God told me the other day for me to rise and recover. I'm sorry, rise and recover. So I'm telling you, rise and recover. Get up dirty, get up tired. Get up when you think you don't have anybody. It's somebody watching you. It's somebody praying for you. So just get up.
That's good, Toya. That's good. Now, I'm gonna go through the comments, and then you already know what else I'm gonna ask you, right?
What?
You already know what I'm. You already know what. Let me go through some of the comments, but you should already know what I'm about to ask you.
How?
This is Prophet. You see Prophet's comment. I'm gonna put some of the comments up,
Okay. Oh,
and
okay.
this is TT, and it's Belinda. As TT again said, "No, to God be the glory. Lord, my feet on fire. I received this word. That's good. I'm glad. I'm glad." Keisha says, my. And Tisa said, listen, Tori Williams, I was trying to inbox you too. And look at God. Tina says, don't have time to play. And Keisha with the worshiping hands. Keisha again, okay. Miss Tiny the Poet says, you can be healing and still go through waves of happy and hurt. That is so true. And then Tanya Vale says, saying to listen, Tanya, she already know it coming. She already know it coming. Keisha bought, see, they already confirmed what I was about to ask you. Now, you know that song is one of my favorite songs. That's one of those songs like on my playlist, my gospel playlist that I pray that we all be. That's one of my
Mm-hmm.
favorite songs. I listen to that song all the time on my playlist. So you know, you already know you gonna have to sing a little something, a little note or something,
Listen.
Toya. Come on now.
Let me tell y'all about that song. Let me tell you about that song. And I listen. I'm gonna do a little piece, Tori, but you get me every time. But that song, we went to an event. The praise team went to an event in Columbia, and this lady, I can't remember her name, but we sung, and I think we were supposed to be done, and she came over and she was like, "Do y'all know? I pray we all be ready." Just so happened earlier that day, I don't know how I heard it, but I listened to that song. And so everybody was like, no, not really. So I just gave them the words or whatever. And I was like, well, basically, you just repeating what I say, after I got it. But we got up there and sung it, and it has become like a song of declaration. Like, you know. And so I remember before my husband died in 2019, he used to love that song. And he always said, when I pass, make sure if you can sing it, you sing it. But if not, get Sanquita to sing the song.
Yeah.
So I pray we all be ready is yeah, that's a song. And in this day and time, we need to pray we all be ready because we really don't need to be playing church. Um, we don't need to be doing anything outside the will of God. We definitely don't need to be out here and don't have a covering. Covering means that you have a leadership or a man or a woman of God that's covering you. You have a home church. You have people that that you can go to and that you're giving your tithe to. Don't think that's not a part of worship. Um, but we all need that. So I pray we all be ready.
So you gonna sing a little bit?
Tanya and Key, ooh wee, God, jeez.
Come on.
I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready for his return. I pray that we'll get our business straight so we can all meet at the gate. I pray we'll all be ready for his return. I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready for his return. I pray that we'll get down on our knees so the Lord can wash us clean. I pray we'll all be ready for his return. Amen.
Yeah. Thank you,
You're
Toya.
welcome. You're
And
welcome.
listen, before you go,
Mm-hmm.
before we wrap up, tell everyone once again where you work and if they want to book an appointment, what they need to do to
Sure,
book an
sure,
appointment.
sure.
Put that
Before
plug out there.
before I do that, if you also our 3LC Women's Ministry is having an event March 18th and 19th. 18th is that 7 o'clock that Friday night, And
Yeah.
Saturday is a monologue fashion show. I am a part of it. If you want to hear some more of, the story, but you have to go to Eventbrite. You have to register for both days separately, no cost. And I'm not the only one with a testimony. So, but you never know. Somebody might say something that pulls you out. And again, my name is Latoya Youngblood. My stylist name is Miss LA Styles. I work at Internal Reflections Beauty Studio in Darlington on Pearl Street and right next to the Dairy Bar. You can reach me there. I do mainly locks, natural hair, kids hair, and I am starting to specialize in kids with special needs because I have my own child who's a survivor. So that's where you can find me.
Awesome. Now, when they book their appointments, can they what are also provide your social media handles as well? Like if they
Um,
want to reach out to you, do
I'm
that.
redoing my business page, but my Facebook is Toya Denise. Now listen, it's just Toya Denise. It might be two pop up, not the little Toya Denise, just Toya Denise. Um, um, I don't really know my other handle on Instagram, so just Toya Denise. If you need to book an appointment, message me and I can send you the link where you can book. And other than that, if you want to see me, you can always come visit the church, Strong Tower Christian Ministry,
Right.
1113 I Oakland Avenue. I'll be there.
Right. And also, let me see. Let me go back. And then let me go back through some of the comments. TT was because when you were singing, these are
Oh,
the responses when you were singing.
I see
Listen.
Tanya coming too.
And then Tanya says, and she's a personal fashion stylist. Yes, and is. And this is prophetess.
Let me tell you, I love clothes and shoes, have loved clothes and shoes for a long time. Yes, men and women. And I promise you, I've been praying about it, Tanya. Um, but I really want people to understand that you can look good on a budget. Like you don't have to wear the designer things. Because I promise you, if you come to me, I probably got something off. More than likely, my whole outfit came off Amazon, including the earrings. I'm I'm telling you, I make $100 go a long way. But yeah, this is it. This is me, y'all. This is
And
me. So
prophetess, and see, prophet says she got to go back and listen. She's been in a meet. Prophetess, let me tell you something. When I tell you the devil was busy today, they didn't want Toy to speak because when we was in the studio, there was no sound. We rebooted what five, six times,
5, 6
and there
times.
was no sound. So the devil did not want Toy to speak. But I said, no, we gonna let this show go on. So please go back and watch it. And Keisha says yes. And
Yeah.
Belinda says yes. Amazon Queen.
I'm telling you, like
and, and Prophet says, Lord have mercy. Listen, when I tell you we had some issues.
this is I'm grateful, y'all. Like I know we got to get out here, but I just want y'all to know that I'm grateful because I literally didn't think I was gonna make it back this time. I didn't.
Listen, let me tell you something. You had a lot of people praying for you. You really did.
I
Like I
appreciate
said,
it. I really do.
I ain't say too much. I ain't say nothing to you. But listen, I was in your corner. You already know that. I was like,
Yeah.
listen here, Toy got to get it together.
Yeah. And that's another thing that I've always learned. I know we gotta get off here, but like I said, when I talk to my leaders, um, they already know when your leaders are your leaders for real, they know when you're off your game. They know when you're off your game. And so but they also know that I'm one of the ones when I'm off, I look it, I look it, but not I'm not going anywhere. I'm
Yeah.
not going anywhere. Um, whatever the case may be, I'm not going anywhere. But listen, y'all, if I fall this time, it'll probably be because my heel broke. But no, absolutely that. I'm not cut out for the world anymore. I'm literally not cut out for them, and the world don't like me. They, the world doesn't like me. The enemy does not like me. I'm probably one of those ones that ain't no probably. I'm one of those ones that could go out there. Somebody could put something in my drink or something, and I probably would lose my mind because the
Yeah.
enemy just hates me just that much. But
Yeah.
it's not about me.
Mm-hmm.
It's who I am in the kingdom.
Right.
Yeah. So I think I was told one time before, because I was a fighter in the world, I'm a fighter in the kingdom, but it's just a different type of fight, and the enemy don't like that.
Mm-mm. And I'm gonna go through a few comments. Tina says we had time, but God. Yeah, Tina was waiting. She was like, I don't know what y'all gonna do, but I'm waiting. He just said, look at God, I know you would. And Prophet says, Lord was scratch. Look how she spelled scratch. No, but she left that out scratch. And she says, yes, you're faithful.
Yeah.
Belinda laughing.
Because
And
you know.
Prophet says, she said, I'm gonna slap you if you fall again. And she said, the enemy don't trust you.
No, and remember I told you that earlier.
And TT says, oh my, the anointing is on this
Who is
live
this?
right now.
Who is TT?
That's Thomasina. I went to school with Thomasina. You got to meet Thomasina. Thomasina, good people. So Thomasina, I'm gonna need you to inbox me after this live, ma'am. See, look, she even recognized the anointing. She even recognized it. See what I'm saying? So
I'm
you cannot afford to fall again.
No, listen, I cannot afford to fall, because I'm trying to tell you, I'm still catching up on sleep. I'm still catching up on sleep. No,
And Belinda says, amen. No falling back.
No, listen. No, I'm still catching up on sleep,
And Tina
because I
says,
want to
straight
be
like
out
that.
there. Yeah, I want to be out there looking crazy in the face.
And listen, something else you said earlier. I'm gonna say this, which was so funny. Okay, so you remember you said earlier in the conversation, you said that you're not gonna even let anybody say anything about your leaders. Let me tell you something. I wasn't even official yet. I wasn't even an official member yet. And I wouldn't let nobody say nothing about them.
No.
What you not about to do? No, you ain't finna do that. And I wasn't even official yet.
But my thing is, that same love that I have for my members,
Yeah.
I have the same love for the members. You get what I'm saying? So if you're a member of Strong Tower, and I know you, even if I don't know you, but can't nobody outside of this realm come to me and say nothing about you, because first of all, I'm gonna put you in your place. Second of all, if you really feel that way, hold on 1 minute and let me call them.
Yeah.
Because you should be able to tell the person.
Yeah.
So but I've been like that all my life. I love on people for real, and I back people for real. You can't come to me and talk about my sister and think it's okay that, I'm gonna just kiki and caca in your face. Absolutely not, because I'm gonna tell her what you said. You don't want to tell her, I'm gonna tell her what you said. This is what you said, and this is the day you said it. This is what you had on, this is what I had on, this is where we were standing. And you said, I'm gonna do it. You're not gonna do it. I put people in place, plenty of people on right now. I mean it. And I mean it. And I don't tell you. Like, literally, I'm at a place where people should be saying, Lord, I thank you for her change. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because I thank God for my change. I really do. Because Belinda know, I will find where they at. She know I'm something like an FBI agent. As Providence, I'm something like an FBI agent. If I want to know, I'll find out. You know what I'm saying? If I want to get there, I'm gonna get there.
Listen, I'm gonna show you this comment. Okay, Darren says, "What's up, sis?
What's up, D?"
But look at this comment right here. You see that comment? You see that comment, right? Okay, while you clear your throat, let me go through some other comments. Okay, TT said that spirit realms. Darren D said the fist pump.
Right.
And Prophet says, right, Tori. Prophet with praying hand. D says, it's the truth. Prophet says, exactly. Tanya says, no lies detected.
No lies detected.
Belinda says, the absolute truth.
I'm gonna tell it.
Prophet says, she would tell it. Absolutely. And Darren said, and she does.
Yep.
Prophet says she's FBI, CIA 411.
Yep, absolutely.
Belinda says she would sniff you out literally.
Literally telling you.
Prophet says, sing, Toya. So go ahead and sing one more time because she
Yeah.
missed it.
I just want to tell y'all about this FBI agent. Y'all got any family in the FBI? Just tell them I said you know what I'm saying, I'm willing to work for them because I'm good. I can put conversations together too, like literally for real. Yeah,
Woo.
I'm good now. Good like that.
Listen. She said one more time.
Yeah. I knew we should have got off here. We should have got out when we supposed to get off.
Go ahead while I wet my throat with this water. Go ahead.
I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready for his return. I pray that we'll get our business straight so we can all meet at the gate. I pray we'll all be ready for his return. Two men walking by the road, one of them had a heart pure as gold. The sky was split, the pure in heart raptured away. One of the other one left behind, who did not purge his heart in time. Cried to the Lord, but for him it is too late. I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready. I pray we'll all be ready for his return. I pray that we'll get down on our knees so that God can wash us clean. I pray we'll all be ready for his return. No.
And look, D talking about, she sang, I missed it. And look, Titi said, no, you just said that you got to obey the leader.
Gotta obey the leader. Gotta obey the leader. Yes.
Look, bless my whole night, though. Look. Oh my goodness, this was awesome. This was awesome. Really, the devil ain't stopped nothing. He thought he stopped, he ain't stopped nothing.
The devil be mad. I know he be mad with me. I know he be mad with me.
But I'm so glad you guys was patient. Those that was waiting at 6:30, thank you guys for being so patient. We apologize for technical difficulties, but like I said, the devil ain't want Toya to talk tonight. He was wanting to stop something.
And ain't stopped nothing.
And Charlene is clapping as well. Thank you, Charlene.
Thank you.
And Tina says, awesome.
Love you, Tina.
Well, once again, thank you guys for watching. If you missed the beginning, definitely watch the replay. And if you would like to be a guest on the Keep the Faith podcast, make sure you contact me. My email is faithisnecessary@gmail.com, or you can contact me at 843-920-8124. That number again is 843-920-8208. I almost forgot the number, 920-8124. And then Titi says, I know he mad at me because I was going to hang up from the line.
Wow.
And Prophet says, good night to you. I love you both.
Love you too.
And Belinda says, nothing. Awesome word. I love y'all. Amen. Y'all know I love y'all too.
Love you too.
and at the end of the broadcast, I always say, you may bend, but don't you dare break, and always remember to keep the faith. And like I tell you, Toya, there's too many people connected to your yes. And Prophet has already said, she gonna slap you, fall again. So listen. Listen, here's the thing. Let me say this. There's too many people holding you up. We're not gonna let you fall.
Right.
So we got you, all us got your back, so we're not gonna allow you to fall.
I appreciate it.
We got you. We got
you so much.
And Keisha says, love y'all. We love you too, Keisha.
Love you too.
And Dan says, great work, my son. D, you know you got to come back too.
Right.
All right, y'all. Good night.
All right. Good night.
And thank you guys for watching.